Hello everybody. Welcome to Coffee, Love, and Books. Today I'm doing my September TBR. Well, it's almost fall. I'm so excited. And September does count as fall. Don't try to ruin my mood, smart Alex. I'm just getting really sick of this hot weather. Anyway, school also starts this month, so I'm kind of pulling it back a little bit. This past month I started with a TBR, not much bigger than this, but it got very derailed when I just realized all the things I really wanted to read and things became available at the library. So this month I have a pretty contained stack, and I don't think I'm going to be branching out nearly as much. So without further ado, let's just get into this stack right here. Alright, so let's get into the books I did not finish last month. Well, I still could potentially finish them, but I'm not necessarily planning to finish these two books. I may, so they might get bumped off the TBR, one of them, I don't know. Anyway, the first one is The Lies of Locke Lamora. Lies of Locke Lamora is about a boy named Locke who is an amazing thief. He is just really good at it, and currently where I'm reading, he is pulling a heist. He has a great group of friends who I'm excited to fall in love with. They're called the Gentleman Bastards, and they are really just so fun to watch live their lives, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm excited to get more connected with this story as I read along. I'll talk more about this in my wrap-up. I've really been enjoying this book. It's not as accessible as the Mistborn trilogy was, making it harder for me to grasp onto this world. I thought the first 50 pages should suffice for me to get familiar, but I think I need more time to connect with the world and characters before I really start enjoying it. I'm having a hard time latching onto it and comprehending everything that's going on. I really want to love this world and to be fully immersed in it, but it just doesn't feel like as accessible to me, and I think I might need to give it another 70 pages or so for me to really latch onto this world. And I'm starting to do it more and more as I read on and get to know these characters and the world better. It's just currently I'm tripping over the writing style and just all the descriptions. It's just not the easiest thing to read for me right now, and I'm hoping that by page 200 I'm going to be fully immersed in this world, just loving the characters and ready to plow ahead, but currently having a rough time. Alright, Mansfield Park. This is by general rule the least liked out of all the Jane Austens, and personally I like it better than Emma. I don't know why, but I didn't like Emma very much at all, so I found it hard to sympathize with her character, and I have this connection of compassion for Fanny, and just I feel badly for her, and I feel like that's making me like this story better than I liked Emma. And people hate on Fanny a lot, and I came in here ready to defend her full on, but personally I kind of get why people have such a rough time with her character. And although she has a very strict moral compass, sometimes she just isn't as nice as I felt like her character was going to be. But I do love her, and I understand why her life would make her so quiet, so subverted, and I get it. I get her, and I am excited to see the story play out. I've been liking it so much more than Emma. Maybe it's because I'm listening over audiobook and I just feel like it's easier, but right now they're in the middle of this play. Oh no, they just finished the whole play scheme where I'm at, and it's been really fun, and the characters are just so real feeling, and I feel like I get what Jane Austen was going for, and her deep comprehension of humans and how they feel and jealousy. This book is about a girl named Fanny who's taken from her poor family at a very, I think it's age 9, and put in the house of her aunt and uncle. They're pretty rich. Mansfield Park is where it is. She has a deep connection with her cousin Edmund. I'm pretty sure she likes him romantically. Think of it what you will. I mean, I guess it was normal for the time, right? I don't know. Anyway, I love her and Edmund. I think they're both very strong, very moral characters. And the rest of the family, in typical Jane Austen fashion, are full of their own frivolous ideas and ways. And I'm really enjoying this. It's so warm and fuzzy going into this book, and I'm excited to keep going. There's like a love triangle going on where she's kind of competing with this really amazing woman. Like, this woman is super nice. It's not like typically where in Jane Austen novels the person who's competing for the man is like a jerk. The woman who is her competition is wonderful. She's witty. I mean, she has a few haughty ideas, but otherwise she's pretty great. And that's what's made this really interesting for me. Now we're getting to the books that I am just starting this month. First one is The Namesake. This book is about it's a family drama about an immigrant family from Calcutta being first-generation Americans and all the craziness that goes along with that. I'm excited. This seems like a very character-driven book. It's obviously very popular, New York Times bestseller. My neighbor spoke very highly of it, and I'm just very excited in all. I'm trying to get more diversity this month because last month was literally like I had 2 romances and the rest was just fantasy. So this month I'm trying to be a little more diverse. I'm still sticking with my fantasy preference because that's just what I want to read right now. But I'm excited to get into this one. It seems amazing and I'm so excited. Alrighty, the next one is The Promise, Avatar graphic novels. This is part 2 because I'm getting these from the library and part 1 will not be available for a long time. So part 2 and 3 are what I'm reading. I know it's sacrilege or something, but I'm really excited to keep reading these. Anyway, I'm excited about The Promise. This comes before The Search. I've already read majority of The Search. I'm really excited to get more Avatar content. I'm currently watching Legend of Korra. I should probably be coming out with content on that soon, but I'm very slow TV show watcher and it may take a little while. But anyway, I'm just excited for how much Avatar content I currently have access to, and I'm excited to read this book, and yeah. Alright. Jurassic Park. I wanted to get into this book last month, but the Remnant Chronicles happened, and I just didn't get around to Jurassic Park. So, here we are, pushing it to September. I still really want to read this book. So I'm really excited to just jump into this next month with it and just, this is probably going to be one of the first books I read because my digital availability to the book expires on the 7th, and I'm excited. I want to maybe read some sci-fi amongst all the fantasy that I am currently loving, and we'll see what happens. I'm really excited, and maybe I'll watch the movie pretty soon too. And last but certainly, actually probably the most, The Way of Kings from the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. I'm so excited! This has been a long time coming, actually, since I finished Mistborn, I think a month ago. I have been really wanting to get into the Stormlight Archive. It took me a while to get a hold of the book, but now that I have it, I am just so excited to devour this huge epic, just amazing series. I know a lot of people like it better than Mistborn, so yes, 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 yes. As far as what this is about, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's The Way of Kings is just there's this poem on the back that says they had the world and lost it. So I think it's probably about people who have a bunch of lost power. Honestly, I don't care what it's about as long as it's by Sanderson, and I'm just so excited to get more of his writing in one of the books I've heard the best things about, and I'm just so freaking excited. And yeah, so I'm just promising Way of Kings for this month, but I'm really, really, really thinking that I'm going to end up reading the entire Stormlight Archive, or at least a couple of maybe the first and second book this month, because I am so excited for this series. And once I start, I can't really stop a series, so we'll see how long it takes me to finish this first book. Anyway, that is what I have for this month. I am crazy excited to read all of these. Be sure to let me know in the comments below if you have read any of these, what you are going to be reading this month. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for content every Saturday. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye!